McGraw-Hill Education presents Coaching for Breakthrough Success, Proven Techniques for Making the Impossible Dreams Possible. Written by Jack Canfield and Peter Chee. Narration provided by Eli Woods and Company Productions. This book is dedicated to Jack Canfield's family, Inga, Travis, Riley, Christopher, Orrin, and Kyle. Peter Chee's wife and daughter, Eunice and Adelina. Peter Chee's parents and siblings, Thomas, Agnes, Maria, Kathleen, and Rita. Acknowledgements. The completion of this book marks the realization of another one of our breakthrough goals. We would like to thank the following teams who have helped in many ways to make this vision a reality. The passionate team at the Canfield Training World for inspiring and empowering people and organizations to live their highest vision in the context of love and joy. The talented multinational team at ITD World all across Asia for their dedication to excellence from conceptualization to completion of this project. The impeccable design and development team at McGraw-Hill Education for masterfully executing the publication of this book. The families of Jack Canfield, Peter Chee, Angelina Chong, and Saralee Alcaraz for their constant love, support, and inspiration. Introduction. We welcome you to the fulfilling and rewarding world of coaching. You have in your hands a book that will help you make a profound difference in the lives of the people you coach. And in the process of coaching people to achieve breakthrough success, you will also grow tremendously, and your life will be deeply enriched. This book is not for those who want to be ordinary coaches. It is a book devoted to all those who want to become great coaches for others and support people in realizing their dreams. Have you ever shared your dream with others and had people laugh at it or say that it was impossible? We have. But because we believed strongly in our dreams and we had great coaches who worked with us and believed in us, we have been able to achieve much more than we ever could have on our own. We want to share with you our own stories that relate to coaching. Jack Canfield's story. Jack grew up in Wheeling, West Virginia, where his father made $8,000 a year working in a florist's shop. His father was a workaholic and his mother was an alcoholic. Jack had to work summers instead of vacationing in order to help his parents make ends meet. He was able to attend college on a scholarship where he earned money to pay for his books, clothes, and dates by serving breakfast in one of the college dorms. Later during graduate school, when he ran out of money, he ate what he later called his 21-cent dinners: tomato paste, a sprinkle of garlic salt, and an 11-cent bag of spaghetti noodles. His life back then was not what one would call a picture of success. He was more concerned about surviving and getting through the day than with chasing his dreams. A few years after graduate school, things started to change when he met W. Clement Stone, a self-made multimillionaire who became his coach and mentor. Stone hired Jack to work in his foundation, where he was coached in the fundamental success principles on which he still operates today. One of Jack's lifelong dreams was to become an accomplished author. When he and his friend Mark Victor Hansen came up with the idea of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books, people said, "You must be dreaming. This will never work." When the first manuscript was completed, more than 140 publishers turned it down. Most people would have given up. But fortunately, Jack and his co-author continued to coach and encourage each other. As well, they sought out coaching from others. They persisted until 18 months later a publisher decided to take their book. Today there are more than 200 Chicken Soup for the Soul books, and the series has sold more than 125 million books in more than 40 languages around the world. Throughout his career, Jack has benefited tremendously from coaching. He has passed on the gift to the thousands of people whom he and his organization coaches. Through his coaching programs, he has witnessed many amazing transformations in people. Clients have overcome lifelong phobias, self-destructive habits, and limiting beliefs. People who were once broke have become multimillionaires. People who were lost and depressed have discovered their passions, subsequently positively impacting thousands of lives. Such has been the impact of coaching in Jack Canfield's life. Dr. Peter Chee's story. When Peter was 11 years old, Thomas Chee, his father, asked him about his dream for life. That was one of the earliest coaching questions he ever heard, and it came from his father. After several coaching conversations, his father asked if he would like to write down his dreams. He agreed, and on a piece of paper he wrote that he wanted to be a doctor of management. He wanted to train managers and travel to countries all over the world. He wished to be a CEO of a multinational corporation, and he wanted to become well known in the field of learning and development. At the age of 11, Peter was very mischievous and playful. He was consistently at the bottom of his class. His teachers mentioned that he was a slow learner, careless, and lacked abilities. They said he was embarrassed by his own lack of progress. His friends and teachers felt that he was building castles in the air, and his dreams appeared impossible to achieve. Today, when we look at the piece of paper on which he wrote his dreams, we notice that he has fulfilled all of his dreams, plus much more. He has become an innovative author and one of the world's best trainers and coaches who has impacted the lives of leaders from more than 80 countries in the world. He lives with his lovely wife Eunice and their adorable daughter Adele in their dream home close by the sea and the hills on a beautiful island. When we study his life, we find that the three most outstanding factors behind his success are unrelenting motivation to succeed, unusual clarity of his goals, and continuously learning from the best in different fields. When he was growing up, he cultivated success habits through coaching and training. He has been truly blessed to have had many people who trained and coached him, including his father and some of the world's leading gurus, John Maxwell, Brian Tracy, Anthony Robbins, William Rothwell, Robert Tucker, and Jack Canfield. Peter Chee and Jack Canfield's stories are just two of the many coaching success stories from all over the world that you will read about in this book. In Coaching for Breakthrough Success, we want to share with you the mindset and practices of a great coach. We want to show you how by applying these principles, you can make a phenomenal difference in adding value to people's lives. Throughout this book, when we use the word client, we are referring to the person you are coaching, regardless of how you are connected. When you apply coaching not only in the workplace, but also with your customers, friends, and family who are open to being coached, the benefits you will derive are tremendous. Coaching, in a nutshell, is an empowering process of drawing out solutions from people through effective listening, asking great questions, using feedback, appreciating and continuously supporting people to take ownership and be accountable for taking action to realize their goals. Part 1 of this book deals with the coaching principles, TCP, symbolized by the Heart of a Coach model. This forms a solid foundation for life, impacting values, beliefs, and philosophies that permeate successful coaching relationships. When we analyzed existing coaching books, we realized that the core principles of coaching have not been sufficiently elaborated in a coherent manner. Coaching for Breakthrough Success is the first book to deliver 30 of the most important coaching principles, comprehensively illuminated in a well-organized manner. In Part 2, we share with you the Situational Coaching Model, SCM. This constitutes a contemporary conversational model that is symbolized by the mind of a coach. It consists of 6 crucial coaching paradigms that a coach can use in a flexible manner to navigate a coaching conversation. He does this by shifting smoothly from one paradigm to another so as to best meet the needs of the client and the situation. This is the first book to explain the SCM that underlies the effectiveness and uniqueness of each coaching conversation. Part 3 consists of the Achievers Coaching Techniques, ACT, which are symbolized by the energy of a coach. This resonates within 8 key themes that enable you to deliver great results in coaching. This is the first book to bring together the ACT, which constitute many of the most powerful techniques practiced by the world's top achievers, applied specifically in coaching while still adhering to the core principles of coaching. In the true spirit of thriving on originality and innovativeness, this is the only book that presents an all-encompassing meta-model 36-8 that guides you through the entire book in a holistic way to help you achieve professional mastery in coaching. The full-blown model is presented in the next 2 pages of this book. The numbers 36-8 depict 30 of TCP, the 6 paradigms of the SCM, and the 8 themes of ACT. It would be useful for you to bookmark the page that shows the meta model so you can easily refer to it when desired. The heart of a coach, TCP, the mind of a coach, SCM, and the energy of a coach, ACT, build upon each other and work together to produce the best results in coaching that empower people to achieve breakthrough success and to make their impossible dreams possible. They have worked for us and for many people that we have coached all over the world. We believe that when you persistently practice these principles, paradigms, and techniques, it won't be very long before you obtain truly extraordinary results in coaching. We know that your coaching journey will be filled with more joy, fulfillment, and realized dreams. We had a dream of creating a resource that would add great value to the much-needed literature on advanced coaching. We had a dream of equipping people to help others make their impossible dreams possible. We had a dream of enriching lives by enabling coaching greatness. We commemorate the realization of our dream with this book. Go ahead, turn the pages, and begin your magical journey of bringing out the very best in yourself and in others. Coaching for Breakthrough Success, Making the Impossible Dream Possible. Meta Model 36.8, The Heart, the Mind, and the Energy of a Coach. Part 1, The Coaching Principles, TCP, The Heart. Chapter 1, The Coaching Spirit, Principle 1. Believe in human potential for greatness. Principle 2. Fulfillment flows from adding value to others. Principle 3. Bring out the best in people and let them lead. Principle 4. Use influence rather than position. Principle 5. Thrive on challenges and flexibility. Principle 6. When we grow others, we grow ourselves. Principle 7. A coach still needs a coach. Chapter 2. Relationship and Trust. Principle 8. Maintain authentic rapport and humor. Principle 9. Touch a heart with care and sincerity. Principle 10. Practice integrity and build trust. Chapter 3. Asking questions and curiosity. Principle 11. Curiosity ignites your spirit. Principle 12. Ask questions that empower and create buy-in. Principle 13. Avoid judgmental and advice-oriented questions. Principle 14. Powerful questions release solutions. Principle 15. Asking great questions requires practice. Chapter 4. Listening and Intuition. Principle 16. Listen rather than tell. Principle 17. Be present and turn off your inner dialogue. Principle 18. Avoid jumping to premature conclusions. Principle 19. Be impartial and non-judgmental. Principle 20. Listen deeply, use observation and intuition. Chapter 5. Feedback and Awareness. Principle 21. Embrace feedback to triumph. Principle 22. Awareness and acceptance cultivates transformation. Chapter 6. Suggestions and Simplification. Principle 23. Get consent before giving suggestions. Principle 24. Use the power of simplicity. Chapter 7. Goals and Action Plans. Principle 25. Establish goal ownership and commitment. Principle 26. Create strategies and action plans for goals. Principle 27. Keep score of goals and action steps. Chapter 8. Accountability and Accomplishments. Principle 28. Support goals completion continuously. Principle 29. Accountability drives accomplishments. Principle 30. Acknowledge efforts and progress. Part 2. Situational Coaching Model, SCM, the Mind. 1. G. Goals Paradigm. 2. E. Exploration Paradigm. 3. A. Analysis Paradigm. 4. R. Releasing Paradigm. 5. D. Decision Paradigm. 6. A. Action Paradigm. Part 3. Achievers Coaching Techniques, ACT, the Energy. 1. Taking full responsibility for results. 2. Building self-esteem and removing roadblocks. 3. Clarifying your life purpose and vision. 4. Setting effective goals. 5. Visualizing and affirming desired outcomes. 6. Planning for action and taking massive action. 7. Using feedback, learning, and perseverance to your advantage. 8. Using the law of attraction and celebrating success. 9. Making the impossible dream possible. Part 1. The Coaching Principles, TCP. The Heart of a Coach. 1. The Coaching Spirit. 2. Relationship and Trust. 3. Asking questions and curiosity. 4. Listening and intuition. 5. Feedback and awareness. 6. Suggestions and simplification. 7. Goals and action plans. 8. Accountability and accomplishments. Chapter 1. The Coaching Spirit. Principle 1. Believe in human potential for greatness. Man was designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. Zig Ziglar. At the heart of a great coach is a firm belief that each person is a uniquely valuable individual with distinct gifts and potential for greatness. A coach knows how to appreciate what is special in others and believes that every person is created to be magnificent in their own way. Leadership guru John C. Maxwell asserts that talent is never enough. Belief lifts your talent. Your talent will not be lifted to the highest level unless you also have belief. There are 4 main ways in which believing in human potential for greatness can be a talent lifter. Lift your talent to coach by believing in people's potential for greatness. Lift the talent of the people you coach by believing in their potential for greatness. Lift your talent by believing in your own potential as a great coach. Lift the talent of the people you coach when they believe in your potential as a great coach. As a coach, you gain increased motivation when you are able to see the champion in each person you coach. When you have strong faith and belief in the potential of the people you coach, it lifts their talent and inspires them to accomplish more. When you believe in your own potential as a great coach, you lift your own talent and motivation to coach. When the people whom you coach believe in your potential, it will lift their talent and motivation to be coached. The net positive effect in believing in one's human potential for greatness is multiplied when it permeates the relationship between the coach and client. Coaching is an unconditionally supportive relationship, and as you coach, you want to offer full acceptance and an unbiased belief in the person you are coaching, regardless of his or her present performance. It has been said that belief is more than a thought that a person possesses. It is a thought that possesses the person. A belief in the unlimited human potential for greatness is a habit of the mind in which confidence becomes a virtue to be embraced. In order to be a highly effective coach, you need to make believing in people, yourself, and your mission one of your top priorities. If you want good results, you have to perform good actions. If you want to perform good actions, you must have good expectations. To have good expectations, you must first believe your goals are achievable. The globally acclaimed author of Fully Human, Fully Alive, A New Life Through a New Vision, John Powell, estimates that an average person taps only 10% of his potential, sees only 10% of the beauty that is all around him, hears only 10% of its music and poetry, smells only 10% of its fragrance, and tastes only 10% of the deliciousness of being alive. Since most people neither see nor seize the untapped opportunity that constantly surrounds them, there is a vast potential waiting to be unleashed. You know that people are always capable of much better results than those they are currently getting. This might include better physical fitness, higher job performance, more loving relationships, and so on. As a coach, you will encounter situations where people do not succeed or don't measure up to expectations in the face of huge commitments. During such times, your belief in their potential for greatness is even more important. That belief needs to remain steadfast. Even at a time when someone is going through great difficulties at work or at home, as a coach you must still be able to see the goodness in them and bring it to the surface. This is easier said than done, But believing in people no matter what must be a conscious choice, a decision you make, and a habit you inculcate with constant practice even when it's challenging. If, as a coach, you covertly believe that your client is not able to succeed in achieving his or her goals, if you feel that she or he is not capable enough, this can undermine your entire coaching process. If you are coaching someone to become an effective presenter and have seen the person performing poorly, you may have formed a belief that this person is unlikely to become an effective speaker. When this happens, your ability to coach the person will be flawed. When you are pessimistic regarding the outcome, this will undermine your coaching conversations. Your negative expectations could subconsciously affect their confidence and lessen the likelihood of success. This does not mean that if someone sets an unrealistic goal, that you should not explore ways to make changes to the goal or work on a different goal. But it does mean you should maintain a positive view of the outcome of your coaching. Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War that when troops prepare for battle, if they lose the fight within their own minds even before the battle begins, their chances of winning are diminished by up to 50%. He emphasizes the profound effect that belief has on the ability to win. The certain belief in the great potential that lies within all people releases the power that drives a successful coaching practice. Case study, David's story. David was a general manager of a multinational shipping company based in Long Beach, California, and formerly a captain in the armed forces. His father fought in World War II, and while raising his kids, had followed a strict military regimen. David was well known in his company as a very tough, no-nonsense boss. His employees feared him, since he was good at finding people's faults, though he also fixed them. His command and control style meant that employees were not expected to act proactively and creatively in the face of escalating environmental changes. Employee morale was low and business was declining rapidly. David had to face this crisis on his own without the support of his employees. The prolonged high stress affected David to the point that he had to undergo heart surgery. One of our professional coaches worked with David. It was very difficult initially, and for the most part his staff believed that he could not and would not change. The coach had confidence in David's greatness and believed that he was capable of notable achievements. When David knew that the coach was fully present for him and would champion his cause without being judgmental, he began to speak what was in his heart. When David fully articulated the tremendous pain in his life and his coach listened empathetically, it was as if a massive weight was lifted from his shoulders. David became aware that his leadership approach was not bearing fruit. The awareness and acceptance of how his approach was limiting his achievements became the eureka moment that fueled his transformation. It gave David the motivation to invent his new approach to leadership, which he called participative, appreciative leadership. Old habits take time and discipline to change, so David's coach encouraged him to create a way to remind himself to stay with his new approach until the new habit became locked in. One of the many self-created support structures that proved effective for David was this. He instructed all his employees that every time he reverted to his old style of leadership, they were to say to him, "Yes, Captain." He knew or suspected that when they did this, he would laugh out loud at himself, interrupting his old military pattern. As he constantly replaced his old pattern with the new one, he began to reap the rewards of what his coach believed he was capable of achieving. His belief in himself soared, and so did his performance. 9 months into the coaching relationship, David had created a new work culture that increased staff satisfaction and performance. The change was so profound that he received the Outstanding Leader of the Year award from his head office. His wife expressed deep gratitude when she told the coach that David was now a changed man. In his acceptance speech, David said, "I am eternally grateful to my coach for believing in me when no one else did. You are the wind beneath my wings. You lifted me up, and that changed my life." When he paused to wipe away his tears, you could have heard a pin drop. The song, Wind Beneath My Wings, sung by Bette Midler, played in the background, and David's coach and staff were moved to tears. The mindset of a coach includes the belief that people are inherently good. They want to contribute and they want to improve. The coach knows people make mistakes, but that most people do not make those mistakes intentionally. Remember to take a stand for people's greatness and always start from a belief that people want to succeed in their goals and commitments. Everyone has talents and strengths, and the role of a coach is to bring these out and to help people to use their core genius purposefully. When they do, they will shine magnificently. The more you believe in people's potential, the more reason they will give you to believe in them. Eventually you will wake up one morning realizing that you have also been transformed, and the way you look at people in life will never be the same. Imagine when you are searching for that rainbow, faced with an apparently unassailable mountain range in your way, that there is a coach who truly supports you, wholeheartedly believes in you, and knows that you are capable of climbing over those mountains. You will be inspired to grow and become the best person you can be. Such an experience is tremendously uplifting and enriching. That is when you will embody the true spirit of a coach who firmly believes in human potential for greatness. You must understand that seeing is believing, but also know that believing is seeing. Dennis Waitley. Principle 2. Fulfillment flows from adding value to others. Where your talent and the needs of the world cross, your calling can be found. Aristotle. Calling, life purpose, and fulfillment. Great coaches realize that coaching is a calling, a clarion command to use your talent to serve something bigger than yourself for a greater good. Answering a calling keeps our life purpose from becoming selfish, while it addresses our deep desire to use our lives for something significant and worthwhile. Ultimate fulfillment and significance come from a lasting sense of joy and satisfaction, from fully living a life purpose centered on adding value to others. An important part of personal fulfillment is the sense that we are part of something bigger than ourselves, that our work makes a difference for others. As coaches, we know that the world is a better place because of what we have done. How coaching adds value to people. Coaches add value to people in 5 ways. They help people to find satisfaction in 1. Achieving goals, 2. Overcoming problems, 3. Learning and developing, 4. Installing new beliefs and habits, and 5. Experiencing fulfillment in their work and lives by uplifting others. As we saw in the earlier case study of David, the coaching process made a big difference for David and created lasting fulfillment for the coach. The strong feeling of fulfillment and gratitude that he received touched the coach so deeply that he would remember it for the rest of his life. What people appreciate and remember most. When world-renowned leadership author Richard Boyatzis asked people who had been the most valuable people to them in their careers, he found that about 80% of all people said that it was those who had helped them extend their dreams and reach for new positive experiences in their lives. On the other hand, those people who highlighted people's faults and made others feel small were not valued. The absence of fulfillment. We all know people who pursue money, power, or pleasure as an ultimate end. They are never happy because they can never get enough, and they always want more and more for themselves. These things are temporary and fleeting, and even if their possessions make people feel good for a while, soon enough they run out. Yet, like an addiction, they keep yearning for more. There are many people in the world who seem to work very hard and achieve success, money, and fame, yet a true sense of lasting fulfillment is still largely absent from their lives because they have not dedicated themselves to serving a greater good. The positive emotions of true fulfillment tend to come most strongly as a result of hard work and sacrifice in the service of an end that is bigger than yourself. Case study, Jessica's story. At the age of 28, Jessica was depressed and devastated. It had been a bed of roses when she was in school in Hong Kong. She won a national...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?